Okay, quick, go. All right, so I hope it's obvious that we're not in the village anymore. We are at this place called Camping Lika. We spent one night here yesterday. We left Split yesterday, and we spent 2 nights in Split, I think.
3?
The cats are still a work in progress. We're trying to figure this thing out.
It's not the easiest.
No, because, well, if you guys don't know yet, we are now a family of 7. 3 kids, 2 cats, and us. That was not originally the plan, but we did end up with these cats over the pandemic, being stuck in the village. Just don't know how the cats would fare after we took care of them through some illness, and they sort of got domesticated. If you guys saw some of our previous videos of us taking the van out of the EU, you saw like our first foray into cat van life. And we think it went okay. But this is a much longer trip. We left the village because Marlene's parents got there a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And Marlene's uncle came basically on the day we left the village. It's just a coincidence because I had to be in Split to get my second shot of the Pfizer vaccine. And then Marlene's second dose is
The end of
3
June.
weeks away from mine. If you guys are wondering why our vaccine doses are so far apart, it's because we're on different insurances. I have a Croatia required insurance as a temporary resident. Mm-hmm. I'm required to pay for the national insurance while Marlene is still on our international expat US travel insurance. So because of that, we couldn't be on the same list. And in fact, we don't really even know what kind of list Marlene was on. She had to call a bunch of different municipalities to see if she can get on other people's lists. And she ended up being on multiple lists. And none of them actually ended up being where she got her shot. She just ended up going into Split to the health clinic and say, hey, I don't know where I'm supposed to get my vaccine. But it turned out they had just gotten a big delivery that day.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, I had my first dose.
Yeah, so she's 3 weeks away from getting her second dose. And our goal is to get her second dose and then maybe see about getting Ava vaccinated because she's over 12. And the European Union just approved it for kids over 12.
I think there's a slow roll of getting vaccines out in the EU that might be focusing more on getting the adult population vaccinated before they start giving it to the kids.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same deal too with the US. It just so happened, you know, the kids got approved after most of the adults had gotten their first shot.
And that's probably why we have a 6-week window between our doses, because of the lack of vaccine they're worried about.
Right. We're hoping that this buys us some time too with the European Union's travel restrictions lifting a little bit, because what we want to do is to go to UK. We don't know if we can. UK is supposed to announce something on the 14th of June to say whether or not international travel into the UK was allowed. I mean, it's allowed, I think, now, but you got to pay for tests and quarantine and do all that stuff. We're hoping there'll be some kind of announcement where vaccinated people can have either no quarantine or less quarantine.
Right.
Certainly, Ireland would be easier to get into because it is part of the EU. And right now, we're walking from our camping place to the town that we're in, which is called Croatia. And it's just a town that we've driven through. It's sort of in between Split and Plitvice National Park. And we just drove through last year, at the end of summer, it was back then, and we stayed at this nice campground. It was relatively inexpensive. It was about $22 US. And they didn't charge us for extra kids or anything like that.
And there's some extra cats.
Yeah, now there's some extra cats. And they have a swimming pool, which the kids were really excited about going swimming here, but we're here too early. Swimming pool is not filled. Hopefully if we stay here for a few more days, they'll fill the pool, or we'll have to leave and come back for the kids to go swimming at the pool here. But what we're going to do today is we're going to make In-N-Out double doubles in the van. We bought some ingredients yesterday before we got here, but I could only find hamburger buns with sesame seeds, which is not what In-N-Out has.
You don't want to be embarrassed online, Dan.
Well, you know, if you make a video and put it on YouTube, it's there forever. I don't want people to think that I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I don't want to be embarrassed later on looking back my own video and say,
your idea is to make food based on the ingredients you have available.
yeah. And we do have buns with no sesame seeds here, so it's also a matter of how hard you try. You gotta try, right? You can't just half-ass it. But really, this is sort of just a reason to go on a walk too. We've been walking a lot. We've been walking in the village on the average of about, I don't know, 10 to 20 miles a week, which doesn't sound like a lot to people that are like serious runners, but it's more than normal for us. You know, that means if you walk 3 days a week, you gotta walk, you know, 5-6 miles each time. But really what we do is we walk like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And we do about 3 to 4 miles each time. So it's been good. It's been good, steady, you know, exercise for us. And now that it's getting close to the beginning of summer, it's a little bit warmer. We'll see how long we can keep this up.
Yes.
We'll have to do it either early in the morning or late in the afternoon.
Yeah. Are we going the right way?
Yeah, you could go this way or that way. This way just wraps you around, but it is a little more dangerous. There's no sidewalk.
Yeah.
Otucha River.
It's a little slippery to swim.
Yeah, I wonder if this is obviously a downstream river from Plitvice, right?
Yeah.
Would have to be. Or not?
We're close to Kirka too, so I don't know.
Oh,
Gotta look at a map.
okay. We'll look at a
There's
map.
also something up there.
Here's the town. We been walking on this no sidewalk road for the last 10 minutes or so. A lot of cars zooming by. Slightly dangerous. Like this. Woo! I think we'll go a different way on the way back.
For sure. I will not feel safe.
Yeah. You just never know if these people are paying attention when they're driving or not. This is a little town. This town, you know, when you leave towns like Split or Zagreb, or even towns like Zadar, Šibenik, there's just not very many big towns in Croatia. And we're talking about Split being the second biggest town. It's a country of 4 million people. I think Split is like 500,000.
I think so.
So everything besides Zagreb is less than 500,000. We're talking a lot less than 500,000. You know, a few thousand, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 in these towns like this. Here's the town. Not much to it.
No.
I remember getting money at this ATM. There's a little motel there, restaurant. Doesn't look like it's been open for years. And then this is the police station over here. A couple of communist era buildings. And grocery store, which is somewhere up there. This is Tommy, which has a creepy apple tomato thing in their logo. All right, so shopping in Croatia is challenging because of the lack of familiar ingredients that we usually like to have. I mean, there's local ingredients that we don't usually get, but let's see.
What do we need again?
Just buns, yeah?
No, and wax paper and trash
and-
bags.
Okay.
Bad at remembering. Wax paper.
This is pasta. Smells good, whatever they got going on in here. Hamburger. Here we go. Get 2 of these.
Paper.
Great success. Little winning. Here you go.
That's it.
That's all I get.
I'm not taking a picture of this.
What, this guy? Painter boy?
Yeah.
This thing's pretty cool.
Like that roof.
Oh my god.
Needs a little replacement. Little
Yeah.
patch.
Small patch. Little band-aid to put on it.
Main building. All the offices.
It's like the city building. We're done. It's a cool church. Here it is, going back across the Croatia River. This is a little bigger bridge than the other one. Oh, this river is like reeds growing in there. Yeah.